Well, a very good evening to one and all present, and all the viewers, a very good evening to you all. There is one thing firstly that we have to understand, is that we have to refrain ourselves from calling these fringes Karni Sena. Because I believe that there is only one Sena in this country, and that is the Bharatiya Sena, the Indian Army. The rest are all gunda, mawalis, goons and thugs. In this country, there is place for only one Sena, and that is the Bharatiya Sena, the Indian Army. There is no place for Indian Mujahideen Sena, there is no place for RSS Sena, there is no place for VHP Sena, there is no place for Bajrang Dal Sena, and there is no place for the Karni, or rather call them the Karni goons. Ma'am, there's one question that I would like to ask everybody present here, that for how long are we going to play this blame game? That it is the BJP who is at fault, it is the Congress who is at fault. If you ask me, it is every single political party at present who is at fault, who have kept their lips locked on this issue, who have refrained themselves even from speaking against what is happening today. And it is a matter of shame that our political parties, for the little vote bank, have kept shut, have kept mum, have kept quiet. If my voice and my words reach out to Karni Sena, I have a message for the Karni Sena. That Karni Sena, or rather I am making a mistake by calling them Karni Sena once again, or the Karni goons, or the Karni thugs. You people are high on self-pride, but are extremely low on human values. Because if a terrorist organization can get into a bus and shoot Malala in her head, then they can be called terrorists, why not you? If school children in Peshawar can be attacked and the attackers can be called terrorists, then why not you? Secondly, we have to understand that who are people who are funding them, which organization or which political party is supporting them. If we look back and we see, there were 4 people who were killed who had actually killed Pehlu Khan. And Pehlu Khan, if you remember, Pehlu Khan had given on his testimony, the last testimony, he took 4 names on his deathbed. And these 4 people were given government jobs later. Today, Mr. Yogi Adityanath has given clean chit to 20,000 people of the Bharatiya Janata Party. So these Karni Sena people have the assurity that whatever they do, they have the assurity that they will get a clean chit and they will not be dragged into the courts. They will not be dragged in front of judges. So it is the political party which is governing the country right now responsible for what is happening. That is what I feel.
Yes, I would like to tell you and I would like to assure you that the Narendra Modi government is committed to Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. There has not been any discrimination in any kind of community. Law is equal for everybody, and the dignity of the law will be maintained. Narendra Modi ji himself has said that Constitution is his Bible. He has on various public platforms, he has condemned the Gaurakshaks. He has asked the state governments to make a dossier on them. He has said that ये लोग गोरख धंधा चला रहे हैं गौरक्षा के नाम पे. So I think it is these lumpen elements which are failing our society, and I do not wish to go into the political debate with you on this at all, but you are also aware of what is happening in West Bengal and what is happening in Kerala.
What does that mean? Does it mean? Oh, hang on. That is a terrible answer. That is a terrible answer to give to an 18-year-old panelist who asked you a question. How is it relevant? How is it relevant? What is happening in West Bengal and Kerala? Are you telling me that it makes it okay to throw stones on children in Delhi? Is it okay then to beat up children in Indore?
I have already said that it is not right on my part. I have already said this.
You know that this whataboutery will not fly on this show.
Too small to be getting into any political.
No. He is exactly the age. He is exactly the age to ask this question because he is a voter and he is going to begin voting. And it is his right to ask these questions. You cannot turn around and say he's too young to get into this sort of thing. If he's too young to get into this sort of thing, then don't throw stones on our children.
who's throwing stones?
Who's throwing stones? The Karni Sena is throwing stones. Now, who allowed the Karni Sena? Who allowed the Karni Sena to get this bold? Please tell me. Who allowed the Karni Sena to get this bold?
Section 144 was imposed all across
Haryana. So then, how did enough of them get together with stones in their hands if 144 was imposed?
Mr. Wali Rahman brought RSS into the debate. I think he is anti-RSS and anti-BJP because RSS are against Islamic invasion and expansion. So it's natural he hates BJP because all jihadi hates BJP. Thirdly,
I even took the name of Indian Mujahideen, sir.
Vinay Agarwal, let me point out to you. First of all, since the Supreme Court has given this film the clearance to release, and so has the CBFC, whether you have watched the film and you think it's okay or not, makes absolutely no difference. Secondly, Wali Rahmani is a citizen of this country who is entitled to his opinion. Just like Deepika Sharma is, and Mr. Singh is, and Mr. Sarabji is, and everybody else on this panel.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
They are entitled to have opinions, and every opinion that is brought on the show belongs to the individual who is speaking. So unless you have a question for this panel, there is no point calling in and saying that you believe the film was okay, because after the CBFC and the Supreme Court have spoken, nobody else's opinion counts. So, Wali Rahmani, I know you want to respond to one of those callers. Please go ahead.
The speakers who've just joined in, ma'am, I feel they've been supporting the Karni goons. Indirectly, they've been trying to do that. That is what I feel. There's one question that I would like to raise today. Is who are these people who have invested in making of this film? Are the children who were terrified and were terrorized in the bus, are they who have invested in the making of the Padmavat or Padmavati film? The people in the mall, the people who've owned the cars, whose cars have been burned, are these people who've invested in making of the Padmavati film? Absolutely not. It is Viacom 18, a company that has invested in making, the producer of the film. And who is the chairman of Viacom 18? If I tell you, you'll be shocked to know that Mr. Mukesh Ambani is the chairman of Viacom 18. So indirectly, Mr. Mukesh Ambani is the producer of the film Padmavati. So I request the Karni Sena goons to leave the buses, to leave the malls, to leave the cars and stand in front of Mr. Mukesh Ambani's house and protest if they have the guts to do so. But they will not, because they know that Mr. Mukesh Ambani is a very good friend of our Prime Minister, our beloved Prime Minister, Mr. Modi. So if you really want to protest, and if you really have the guts to protest, please go outside the house of Mr. Mukesh Ambani and protest over there. But you will not. I dare you to do so.